Hey guys, welcome to another episode. So today we're looking at the text formula in Excel and how you can use it to actually build whole narratives around your models. It's really powerful and it's powerful on its own, but when you combine it with some concatenation, you can literally write whole narratives that update dynamically based on your models. Before we launch Excel, I want to remind you that we recently launched Magnimetrics, our FP&A platform that aims to help you translate your existing data into meaningful, actionable financial insights. So grab your free account in the first link in the description below. It's still in beta with limited functionality. Also, a big thank you to everyone who has already subscribed to the platform and shared their thoughts, given us some feedback. It's really helpful. It really means a lot. If you're enjoying the content, thumbs up will be awesome, and a sub to the channel will be amazing. Now let's open Excel and get to it. Here we are in Excel, and before we start working on that, let's just look at the text function. So let's say you have a date and then you want to present it in a text format, or you want to format it differently. You can do that by Control-1 and opening the formatting, picking it up from here or writing a custom. But if you want to just pull it somewhere else with a formula, that's where the text formula comes in and pretty much converts any value to text in a specific format. So that's our value, and our format is in quotes can be, say we want the day number, we want the short month, and then we want the year. Close that, and it shows 1st of January 2022. Where can you use it? Let's look at this example here where we have a list of invoices. And let's say those are invoices that are overdue or something like that, and we want to email all those accounts, and obviously dummy data here, but we want to email all those accounts, and we can use something called mail merge, which allows us to automatically send emails based on an Excel spreadsheet. And I'm planning to do another video that goes into mail merge and how you can use it to send multiple messages to multiple addresses dynamically. But for here, let's just look at the formatting. A specific requirement of mail merge is that everything should be text. So you cannot import, if you import a number, the formatting will be lost. So it wouldn't have the thousand separator, it wouldn't have the decimals hidden. This is where I've been using the text function quite a lot, is preparing data for mail merge. Let's say I start preparing for mail merge. What I'll have is, I have my invoice number. Obviously, invoice numbers are supposed to be 10 digits. Zeros at the beginning are missing here, because it's recognized as a number. So what I can do is I can have text. I'm gonna grab the invoice, and I'm just gonna type as a format that I want 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 zeros. And this is gonna ensure that this number is formatted in this way, and because I'm using 0 and not a hash, which can also mean a number, it would be 0 if there's no number to fill it. So press enter, and I get the zeros, and then 1, 2, 3 at the end. So now I have those as a text value, and if I pull those anywhere else, it's gonna show me all the zeros in the beginning, so it's gonna be a proper invoice number. I want the amount, do the same thing, have the text function, grab the amount, and my formatting will be $, oh, it's euro up here, but yeah, $, then a digit number, digit, and .00, because I want those to be shown even if there's no digit after the decimal point. And I get it in this format, but now that's text. So if I pull it anywhere else, if I import it somewhere else, it's gonna remain like this with the formatting of the number. Probably get how it works by now, so we can do the same thing that we did with our date. And then I want to have the day, the month, but I want the full month, and then I want the year. That gave me Saturday, and what I meant to have here is the full month. Copy that down, Control D. We can bring it to a whole new level if we start thinking about adding narration to our models and files. As an example, I have a proposal model here, a really rudimentary model that aims to, let's say we're planning to acquire a company called Covert Lemon or Covert Lemon. What we usually do is grab the EBITDA, apply a multiple, get to an enterprise value, set some acquisition percentage. Let's say we want to buy the whole company or want to buy 50% of it, to calculate the consideration. And then we'll usually do some split of this consideration. So currently we have 20 million in cash, some performance incentives for 12 million, and some equity in Magnimetrics for 35 million. In a lot of situations, I would want to have like a brief summary of that in a text form that I can send as an email alongside the file when I share it with, let's say, company executives or other partners or whatever. And this is a scenario that you can apply to pretty much any model that has some output that you're about to share. It's always good to have a short narrative. And you can build that in a form that would fit in an email. So anytime it would be really easy to share your work. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm gonna add a few lines here. Just call that summary. And let's copy this formatting. A few more lines, and what we can do here is we can use the text formula to build a whole sentence that all those assumptions down here would feed into. So let's say our first line can talk about the revenue and EBITDA that the company achieved in the specific year. Gonna start, you can either use the concat formula, or if you're using an older version, the concatenate formula, or you can just concatenate different pieces of information with the ampersand. That's Shift 7 on my keyboard. So let me start with during calendar year, and then I'm going to use ampersand. I'm going to grab the year, and I already have calendar year in here, but this is actually a formatting. This is just 2021 as a number. That's why I'm putting it up here as well. And I'm going to continue and add a space. I'm going to grab the company name, another and, achieved revenue in the amount of ampersand. I'm going to add the currency. I'm going to add another space. And then I'm going to add a text formula, which is going to grab the revenue. And remember, we need to format that as a number. I want to format it in millions because that's how I usually write my summary. So I can use a digit .0. And the .0 would ensure that I always have something behind the decimal point, at least one digit. But if I do it that way, actually, if I have like 700, this will be .7, which is what I usually do. But if you just want to have it like always have the 0 in front, just do it like, I'm going to add 2 commas, which would imply that I want to skip 2,000 separators, pretty much round it in millions. Then I'm going to close that, close the text formula, then add million, enter, and you can see that during calendar year 2021, Covert Lemon Limited achieved revenue in the amount of euro 25.8 million. And as soon as I have this up here, if I just copy this file and I start working on another company, I can have like Acme Limited, and it changes automatically, and I can have like 2023 for the year, and I can have like 75 million or some 7 million and a half. And this narrative piece here will always be updated, which is pretty cool because I can then just grab it and paste it in an email and send the file with it. I just bring all those back, and let's add a few more details here. So after that, we're going to say, and EBITDA in the amount of, I'm going to add my currency again, ampersand, I'm going to add an empty space, percent, then I'll need the text formula again, point to my EBITDA. I'm going to use the same format, 0.0, comma, comma, close that, and M for million. I'm going to finish the sentence. And this is my first summary sentence, which says which year we're looking at, which company, what's the revenue, and the EBITDA. Just speed that up. Have a few more here that I'm going to copy, and we can take a look. Okay, so let's look at those. Here we have applying a multiple of, using, then we use the text formula, grab the multiple, format it as 0.00x to show it in the same format, to EBITDA results in an implied enterprise value of, I'm adding the currency again and using the text formula again with the same format. I actually switched it here to a digit sign. So let's switch it to 0 just to make sure that if it's 700, it would always have this 0 at the front. Million, and that's it. Then we're proposing to acquire the percentage. I'm multiplying it by 100 and then showing it as a number and then adding the percentage sign. But you can just use a formatting for percentage. I'm just never really good with those. I tend to mess them up quite a lot, so I prefer this, this way of doing it. And the format that you can put in here is pretty much any format that you can get when experimenting with the cell formatting here. Just go here to custom, you have all those options and you can experiment with others and get the formatting that you can then copy into the text formula here. We just continue and add how much is the total consideration, how much of it is cash at close, and also present it as the multiple of EBITDA. And then we talk about the rest of the consideration being split between performance incentives. And we can even link this part here and also link this to this. So if this changes, it's going to be different. And actually, let's go ahead and use it. Just going to delete performance incentives, close the string here, add an ampersand, another ampersand, and open this string with the open bracket in it. And between those two, just grab this. And now it works. And if this changes, if it becomes something else, let's say it's vested payments, and it's updated here. And we can do the same for the equity part up here. So instead of having equity, just do it like that. Same stuff with the text formula and the concatenation with the ampersand, to get to this short summary that's a narrative for our model. And if you think about it, this is a pretty simple model, but it only took us about 5 minutes to do a short narrative on it. And if you have a more robust, more detailed model, you can always draw like the major assumptions, the major results from your model into a short summary like this one. And this way, instead of every time you change something, you have to go in and adjust your assumption summary. You have this ready and you can just copy, paste it in Word, in PowerPoint, or whenever you need it. And that's the power of the text formula combined with some concatenation. There you have it, guys. Really simple formula that can actually help you build amazing narratives within your models. And it's really easy to set up, and it's quite impactful, especially if you prep a detailed model with a lot of sheets, and then you want to have some summary sheets. You can have those short paragraphs or sentences that outline specifics from the model, be it assumptions or some KPIs or anything you want. It's really impactful and it will really speed up your workflow. So thank you guys for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and maybe even punch the bell icon to receive notifications every time I upload a new video. Till then, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Tip, trick, whatever you want to call it. What we're trying to do there, we opened recently, but you can grab a completely free identified bugs, but I was yep, and